My name is K.C.Content, and my Persuasive Speech is about immigration in the American naturalization process. How many of you have a family member that live in a different country? And how many of you have heard them talk about their dreams of immigrating here to the U.S.? Being born and raised here in America, for most of us, we don't really know the hardships of the naturalization process and how to achieve the naturalization status here in America. Having a law that would cut the naturalization process in half at the very least would inspire people to complete the legal process instead of trying to risk their lives breaking immigration laws. By the end of my speech, I hope that I will have persuaded you all that the American naturalization process should be shortened because it will help families reunite and stay together. It'll assist people already residing in the U.S., and it will also benefit those seeking refuge here in America. Firstly, I will persuade you all that the American naturalization process should be shortened because it will help families reunite and stay together. Currently, it is easier to help you get your child to the U.S. rather than it is for you to get your siblings in the U.S. According to a chart from the USCIS at the California Service Center, the estimated time range for a U.S. citizen filing for their brother or sister is a minimum of 9 years to almost 12 years. And the same chart states that the estimated time range for a U.S. citizen filing for their spouse, parent, or child that is under the age of 21 takes only 13 months to 17 months. Many people lose hope of their families immigrating to the U.S. because the process is very difficult and tedious, and it is too much for some people to bear. Family is of the utmost importance and in many cultures, and the U.S. as well. And no one deserves to be far from their family for such a lengthy amount of time, and immigrants are easy to empathize with since there are many who end up alone and don't have any support system whatsoever when they first come to America. Secondly, I will discuss how a shorter naturalization process will assist with people who have found a way to reside in the U.S. already. There are many undocumented people who do not try to get their naturalization status here in America because they feel that it may take several years, as well as because of this, they decide to stay in the U.S. in secret. According to an ABC News article from April 2013, there was not yet a bill for how long the immigration process would take, and because it is an excruciating wait time to begin with, it was also very unpredictable during those times. And the article also addresses that an immigration bill would likely ask that undocumented immigrants endure a waiting period of 8 to 10 years before being able to be eligible to apply for a green card. Now that there is a set number of years for the process to be completed, the wait time is still exhaustive by many, and it should be shortened to a more fair time frame. This bill has a logical outlook on the immigration duration, but is still deemed too long. Finally, I will explain how a shorter immigration process will benefit those who seek refuge here in America. According to an NCBI article from March 2013, it defines asylum seekers as persons petitioning for protection out of their country of origin because well-founded fear of being persecuted on account of race, religion, nationality, being a member of a particular social group, or even political opinion. And this article goes more in depth about different types of hostilities faced by these asylees and different statistics studied in comparison to different countries and how they go about it, also how those host countries handle these situations as well. In regards to asylum, research also shows that the Trump administration has given less rights to asylum seekers. And an article by Sage Journals from August 2019 states that the Trump administration has pledged not only to resist the right to apply for asylum, but also to handle all of the undocumented border crossers, including asylum seekers and their families, in expanded detention facilities in remote locations along U.S. southern border pending final determination of their asylum claims, and to make it more difficult for those claims to be heard by the U.S. immigration judges. The article continues to say that some people, thankfully, are able to bypass the detainment by attending court hearings from their home countries to become eligible to stand before U.S. immigration judges. This credible source brings to light that current events like these are still affecting immigrants to this day. I hope that I have successfully persuaded you all that the naturalization process should be shortened. The current immunization process as it stands today keeps families and loved ones apart for far too long. And even immigrants that are already legally residing here in the U.S. would benefit from a shorter naturalization process. A shorter and less arduous process would also greatly benefit those seeking refuge here in America from places where they already face very real dangers. And if this issue is important to you, consider writing to your senator or local representative so that more attention can be brought to problems that many still face today.